Ooh. Get my face. Hey everybody, it's your boy SergDragon, and welcome back to another edition of the Heavens Monsters podcast. With me always is Terrence, aka T-Money.
If you smell what the lion is cooking.
Today we're going to cover Monday Night Raw and NXT review on November 4th and November 6th. So let's go. We start the show reviewing what happened on SmackDown, where NXT ultimately got the jump on SmackDown, mainly because, and I was wondering why was SmackDown getting jumped so bad. And here's the answer. Because a lot of it was literally we had Raw and then SmackDown. It was Thursday on Halloween and then SmackDown the next day, which is I find kind of weird, but yeah, that's how it went. That meaning that the SmackDown roster was dwindled because a lot of their main rosters, including people like Ali, Roman Reigns, Shorty G, Baron, King Corbin, who else? Shinsuke Nakamura, Sami Zayn, Cesaro, Braun Strowman, and many others, including the new. Well, I don't think he would take part. The Fiend would take part in that. If he did, that would have been a good show. But all of them and many more were not a part of SmackDown Live. Only the few that didn't want to go to Saudi Arabia. That's what happened. As well as the update on Brock Lesnar quitting SmackDown and saying he's coming to Raw to find Rey Mysterio. So that's how we start the show, with Triple H and a whole bunch of row of cars coming in, and Triple H is the only one to show up, but we already know it's NXT on Raw. Which case, the first person to come to the ring is Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar, stating the issue of Rey Mysterio. They go to the back. Brock Lesnar just assaults just about anybody he can get his hands on, asking, "Where's Rey? Rey! Animigo! Andale!" Oh, okay. Just mocking his language. Ultimately coming up to Jerry the King Lawler, because he knows stuff. Mm-hmm. And one of the commentators, what is his name? It doesn't say his name. Hold up. Damn, why is his name not here? You would think they would mention the guy who got his ass whooped. New commentator. I think it's Dio. There you go. Dio Madden. Right? Right there. Dio Madden. Dio Madden was a new commentator for the Raw panel and defended. He's a big guy, but not big enough to take on Brock Lesnar.
He's just a tall guy who's
with dreadlocks up onto hair. He got F5 on the commentator's table and got wrecked by Brock Lesnar. Ultimately, coming from behind with a metal tube bat. That's what it's called, I guess, because it's a metal pipe on a tube. Swing batter goes Rey Mysterio towards the legs, to a point where after they go to commercial, coming back from commercial, during the commercial, god damn, how many times did they have to say commercials? That's what I'm just repeating. They're coming back from during the commercial break, basically, is the fact that Brock Lesnar couldn't barely even walk on his own legs after what Rey Mysterio did. And I guess you were right, because I thought it would be, heavyweight, and heavyweight champions versus each other. Guess not. We're going to have Brock Lesnar versus Rey Mysterio, who threw the gauntlet now that he's healthier. He's going to challenge Brock Lesnar to a match at Survivor Series for the Universal Championship, mostly just to defend his honor for his familia. But that would be a bonus.
You said Universal Championship?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm used to him holding it. WWE Championship now being on Raw and a Universal title a permanently remodel. Can you show that? You look at
Well, I thought it was that one.
They look good.
But I thought it was the one, but Bray Wyatt wanted to be there, but that didn't happen. They decided to just put the Fiend nameplates on the belt.
Yeah, I saw that on Backstage, which apparently aired officially, not on WWE Network, but officially on, what was it, Fox?
Fox.
No, it was another channel of Fox.
Fox.
Remember
Fox 26.
That, no.
That's what it was, because
FS1, something like that.
Well, that's another show.
That's where it aired.
Yeah, but
that was the one time the SmackDown aired on that channel because the sports was going around at the time.
Yeah, that's probably like a repeat.
No, Backstage is a completely different show.
I'm talking about that show SmackDown on Tuesday, but from another channel. But
yeah, that was the one time only.
Yeah, but this one, it didn't was every day, bro. It didn't every day. Like Friday is like they aired SmackDown on Tuesdays, but they showed it on Friday.
Well, they showed this panel on Tuesday right after Raw. They even mentioned it, saying on this channel it aired. I thought it was on WWE Network. Nope, I found it on my usual site to download if I can't watch it at the time, so I can get out my DVR. And sure enough, boom, we learned that they didn't have that title. The Funhouse is back, and the panel is composed of Booker T, Renee Young, Christian, and Paige. In which case, usually they have like a special guest for a little panel of this and that. Nope, this time they were talking to the fans and Twitter and smack talking them who were smack talking the panel. Christian and Booker T were called out, and ultimately Christian and Booker T shot it back at them and showing them what they got. Still got it with the banter. Trash talking.
I never watched that, but because it bores me. I
like watching it. It's okay. It's the one news coverage that I like more than anything because it's actually WWE related. And Bray Wyatt himself made his presence known through the screen for the Firefly Funhouse and showcased it that he is the champ. And, well, Christian said that he's going to be kind of like Brock Lesnar. Like, not all the time is he going to come out and be in the show. The only times he showed out is when it really matters. So that's how the Fiend is going to hold his title for possibly a long time. But unlike Brock Lesnar, who doesn't show up because he's on vacation constantly, we have the Bray Wyatt showing up on the Firefly Funhouse and the Fiend in person. When he shows up, I want to say we don't know, but we will when the lights go out and he shows up. But enough about that little update and a little bit of fun stuff and backstage that they usually have. Back to the panel on Monday Night Raw is the fact that since we're going to have a match between Brock Lesnar, the WWE champion, with Rey Mysterio, it leaves to question where the hell are the world champions on far as Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, is concerned as the Universal Champion, and Adam Cole, who is the NXT World Champion.
Well, they're not scheduled to have a match.
Another thing that we'll cover on NXT, and I will point this out right now, is there's going to be an NXT War Games takeover before Survivor Series. So NXT might be a little worn out from fighting like hell.
I honestly don't think they're going to schedule Adam Cole.
They did?
Survivor Series. I don't know if they're going to do that.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because Adam Cole is going to fight with the Undisputed Era.
Yeah, because, you got to understand that's
But Undisputed Era, as far as... We'll come to that in just a bit.
You got to understand that's not a top title in WWE right now.
No, it's not. No. But it is in NXT as far as the fans of NXT that love it so much.
Yeah, the NXT.
But all right, go back.
They said they want to...
Let's continue with Raw, and we'll get to that when we get to that. Yeah. Oh, I can't say this. That's right. Well, as far as that, Seth Rollins comes to the ring and states that he does not know where he's going to go. Triple H comes out and makes that pretty clear that each and every time Seth didn't know where he was going to go, Triple H extended his hand and Seth Rollins' name made money. First ever NXT champion. First time around. Second time around, leader of the Shield. Second time around, WWE champion. Fourth time around, one of the first Universal champions. Each and every time when Triple H played that game, Seth Rollins benefited. And Seth Rollins even said, who benefited, me or you? And he said, it doesn't matter. You became champion either which way. And he's like, Thus, interesting enough, comes in the question, are you with me? And Undisputed comes out to make the point clear after they're standing there on the ramp saying, join us. And don't make a stupid mistake kind of thing. And he says, or are you against me? Because he knows already how Triple H works. If you're not with him, you're against him. And war is already on the horizon thanks to the first shot NXT made on SmackDown. Thing is, unlike SmackDown, this is literally, okay, so after the delay on Saudi Arabia to SmackDown, which means they weren't able to land when the show started, or after, the show was already over by the time they landed, we would have Saturday, Sunday, then Monday, so all the Raw superstars were already there.
Well, some were, some wasn't. They decided to stay.
AJ stay in Saudi Arabia?
Stay at home, at their hometown.
Okay. Ones who would actually not back down was the actual benefiters and winners at Saudi Arabia would be the OCs, the original club. Too sweet me, brother. Boy. Give it props to them for Monday Night Raw because Chris Petrie's boy, AJ Styles, led the front against the Undisputed Era, but then they get jumped by Damian Priest and Dominic Dozovic. Two big guys, and then they just keep coming out. Raw superstars, NXT superstars, and they're all out brawl inside the ring, all over the arena. Good God. I love it when it's anarchy, my brother. I love the chaos. After it cools down, we would then get back to the show. I think this happened before that, but hey, I'm going to mention it anyway. Charlotte Flair and Natalya ended up going against the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, ultimately proving their worth that they have what it takes to be the next WWE Tag Team Women Champions by defeating them without the Mist making an appearance from Asuka. That's surprising. Also, Paige mentioned that incident when she was sprayed with the mist. And another thing, apparently it wasn't just her. On Friday Night SmackDown, Renee Young, when fighting against Rhea Ripley and
You said Renee Young.
Yeah, Renee Young got a face full because she was on the SmackDown panel since Corey Graves and Michael Cole were one of the actual people on SmackDown that were still in Saudi Arabia.
But here's the thing.
They were still in the air.
But here's the thing. She said she didn't get sprayed, though.
She got sprayed.
No.
Paige got sprayed. She even had the photo on Instagram showcasing the reality of her eyes that were burning.
I'm talking about Renee Young. She claimed that she didn't get sprayed.
No, she didn't.
Yeah.
She didn't get sprayed.
Yeah.
She got a foot face full of freaking Sonya Deville.
Yeah, kick, yeah.
Being thrown by I think it was Rhea Ripley or Tanga Knox. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they got injured. Next up, we would have a match between Raw superstars Buddy Murphy and Cedric Alexander. Buddy Murphy once again proving his worth and is a contender for gold in the future. Yeah, here's the part where it says NXT confronts Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins strongly after that Kabako, or how you pronounce it, That little spat between NXT and Raw superstars rosters.
That little, why don't you say feud?
Yeah, feud. That's another word. Thank you. Seth Rollins stands by the red brand and said that he wants a fight. He gets it because of the fact that, yeah, I know that's Chris.
My friend.
Oh, that's your friend. I thought it was Chris Petrie. Next, he says that he wants a proof of point where Daniel Bryan failed. He wants to take up a chance at the NXT championship, Adam Cole. And Triple H accepts. Next up, we have a tag team match between Andrade and Zelina Vega versus Sin Cara and Carolina. Ultimately, thanks to the surprise win on Zelina, she ended up pinning Carolina for the win on her and Andrea. That was her first win, I think. Mm-hmm. Next up, we have a issue with Rusev supposedly calling out Bobby Lashley to actually pick a fight and try to settle this issue that he wants. He says, you can have my wife, but your ass is mine. He comes out in crutches saying that he had a torn groin, not from Saudi Arabia, not from training, but from, in the famous words of the YouTubers of Dragon Ball Z parodies, bedtime sparring, doing things. So they had a fill-in in the form of Drew McIntyre, another member of Team Flair. And when the fight was going on as we thought, sure enough, Bobby Lashley was faking and he attacked Rusev, ultimately ending in disqualification. Winner of that match, Rusev. And he was double teamed with another surprise of Randy Orton. All three Raw members of Team Flair attacking Rusev. And Ricochet coming to the rescue and getting the jump on Randy Orton, surprisingly. He was trying to go for a quick RKO and he countered it. And got them running. So it was Team Hogan still in the ring, but the message was clear. Team Hogan versus Team Flair. This ain't done. This ain't over. Or at least the combatants of Raw. Next, we have a sit-down moment with the Raw Women's Champion, Becky Lynch, the man. And she is asked questions on how she feels about NXT Women's Champion, Shayna Baszler, and how she assaulted Bayley, the SmackDown Women's Champion, and how she sees her as a contender. And how she feels about this three-way dance between all three champions. Women's champions at Survivor Series. She's interrupted and surprisingly kindly was asked, can I sit there? We know who it is, but we were surprised that she asked kindly. Shayna Baszler herself comes in person to confront Becky Lynch. And yes, Becky mentioned Ronda Rousey. She, later in that conversation, says she's not Ronda. And she's going to be her nightmare. And then we got one hell of a photo. Damn, I love that. These are two bad women and they're going to go to war with Bayley involved. But Bayley's a heel right now, so yeah. I'm going to enjoy watching that match. How about you, my brother?
All right.
Next, we have the OCs versus, the Street Profits and Humberto Carrillo. Ultimately, the OCs win the match. Next up, we have Raw Tag Team Champions, Viking Raiders versus the
East Hampton Polo Boys.
Just city gimmick. I don't know why they're having them fight those guys. That makes no sense.
That's what they've been doing for years.
Finally, we have the match in question that put everybody on notice. Because in this match, it would be Seth Rollins versus the NXT champion Adam Cole with the title on the line. Sadly, this match would end in disqualification meaning Seth Rollins wins, but doesn't get the title. Rightfully so, because they didn't want him to win the title.
They said it's like they don't let their Raw superstars win NXT championship.
Let me see who. I'm trying to remember.
It's more like, you're not NXT no more, so you don't need to be winning the championship on Raw.
Yeah, fun fact, history that I learned. Since Seth Rollins was the first NXT champion, not two-time, that belongs to either Shinsuke Nakamura or Samoa Joe, for the first ever to be two-time champion. Longest time NXT champion belongs to Finn Balor, but the one who took it, ladies and gentlemen, who took it. Now that we're actually getting to the fact that NXT matters, it's no longer just an issue where if it happened in NXT, it didn't happen in Raw, SmackDown. Now that NXT is on USA Channel, everybody's digging up information that now matters. Since they mentioned Seth Rollins being the first NXT champion. You know who was the second? Who took it from Seth Rollins? None other than our favorite hip swinging, all boy screaming, pancake eating Big E. He was called something different though, but he was the first man to beat Seth Rollins and the second NXT champion. And if you think about it, first black man to hold that title. Good on you, Big E. So that's going to be interesting to see that. I'm trying to see who the hell freaking interrupted that match. Yep, Undisputed Era made their presence known. And yeah, they interfered. We would have people like Matt Riddle, Pete Dunne, Keith Lee, Tommaso Ciampa come into the arena along with the Undisputed Era, and the roster just came out and Ricochet jumps out from the rope and just splashes everybody. And the one thing I noticed, I don't know if y'all noticed, but they put the camera there on the stage. Triple H was watching as this all unfold. And that would be at the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be good. Next up, we got NXT on November 6th. While he looks that up, a shout out to our remaining Heaven Monsters podcast members, Xavier Hill, Mike Henry, Andre Mitchell. A link to their YouTube channels will be in the descriptions down below, as always. And a shout out to Renee, Chris Petrie, Pharaoh, and Delvin. Be right back. Okay, here we go. We have, I'm trying to see who starts the show. Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Petrie, your boy AJ Styles is calling double duty with the OC. Too sweet me again, brother. Cause NXT is being invaded by Monday Night Raw's OCs. They came to pick a fight, and boy, dude, even Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows. Luke Gallows trashes one of the freaking guys there and throws him into the freaking stairs. I'm like, he's not a wrestler. What are you doing? He's picking a fight. Ultimately, to answer the challenge, we would have Tommaso Ciampa, well, not at first, but ultimately to step up in a 3-on-3 6-man tag match for the main event would be this guy's looking like Keith Lee. Yeah, take your glasses off. Now smile. Bask in his glory. Oh, bask in his glory, for he is limitless. Bask in his glory. Bask in his glory. And then they do the fans version. Oh, no, wait. Here you go. Oh, bask in his glory. Oh, bask in his glory. That's what
I was thinking more like a mix between Jonathan Coachman and Teddy Long.
And Matt Riddles. Not forget Matt Riddles. Bro. Those three would take on the OCs. I did not mean that to make that rhyme. That just came out that way. For the main event. The first things first, we got a grudge match. We got a unsettled finished business with Pete Dunne, who got low blown by Damian Priest and is now got in a match with him, finally, to settle the issue. And rightfully so, that match was top notch and ended fabulously. With the fact that he was taunting while he was down, ultimately to signify he's going to shoot an arrow in his head. He gets grabbed out of fingers and pulled. And then he gets pushed to the referee. And without the referee looking, Pete Dunne hit him in the nuts, rolled a motor, got him into the armbar, but again, pulls his fingers and goes like this, like that. Pulls his fingers. I didn't hurt myself, ladies and gentlemen. I'm good. I don't want to freaking break my fingers. But that's what he did, and he tapped out immediately. And then comes in Killian Dane, because he got unfinished business with him, because he got his fingers broken, because he had to point his fingers at him when he shouldn't have been pointing his fingers at him. So now we got an issue with that, and I'm trying to think who came to his aid. I think it was. Let me look it up. Go back up. Mm-hmm. All right, let me see. Who came to his aid? I think it was. I know he didn't. I know he got jumped, but I know for somebody came to his aid.
Going to Monster Jam?
Oh, that's right. Nobody came to his aid. Believe it or not, it would be Killian Dane that wanted to get his hands on him, and Damian Priest who wanted his hands on him, and they couldn't settle on teaming up to beat him. They wanted to show dominance on apparently both Pete Dunne and each other. Case in point, Damian Priest gets knocked out by Killian Dane and ultimately Vader bombed to Pete Dunne. Damian Priest then comes from behind and freaking knocks Killian Dane, and it didn't do nothing. Killian Dane then throws his ass into the steel steps and is the last beast standing. Case in point, he's called the Beast of Belfast. And he's lived up to it because he wrecked two of these guys who are warmed up, so much worn out, but still raring to go, and just laid them to waste.
He can go Damian Priest, and then he can fit in with Father James Mitchell,
formerly known as Punishment Martinez of Ring of Honor. Next up, we have a one-on-one match with a superstar debut woman who originally was on WoW TV, Women of Wrestling.
Impact.
No, she was on that too. Yeah. She was before Jungle Girl. She was formerly the WoW Women's Heavyweight Champion, and Santana Garten, right?
Santana Garrett.
Thank you. She was mentioned on WoW on the first season because of her father, who actually was alive on the first season, but sadly recently died from cancer. She's trying to honor her father, and I thought, considering this woman, a blonde, Brazilian woman, Tanira Conti?
Yeah.
She has a pretty poor losing streak and actually beat her.
Wait.
She actually beat Santana.
Wait, she was on the Jungle Girl home.
No, not her.
Oh.
She was the champion before Jungle Girl.
Okay, you mean she fought Jungle Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you remember, Santana Garrett was originally from Impact. Her name was,
Yeah.
Brittany.
Yeah, but she was on WoW Women of Wrestling for a while.
Yeah, I'm talking about, that's before she went
Yeah, I mentioned that because I forgot it.
Yeah, she started off in TNA Impact Wrestling when she was known as Brittany, and the guy that she was falling in love with was, remember, Sebastian Shaw?
Uh-huh.
Samuel Shaw. That crazy looking dude.
Okay, so next up we have Dakota Kai being called that she was not going to be picked for the War Games for Team Rhea Ripley, because we still got, I thought it was going to be her, because we got 4 slots and 3 are filled up on both teams, but we're missing 1 slot. So Shayna Baszler and Rhea Ripley have to pick. So in this point, Dakota Kai challenges Shayna Baszler, the captain on the heel team, to ultimately get that picked, but ends up losing. Not without a fight. She made her tap out, but she made her work for that win. She made the NXT Women's Champion work for it.
Did she kick someone out?
What?
Rhea Ripley. Did she kick somebody out?
Mm-mm. That's what I thought. I thought they would have her for.
But they showed on backstage that she kicked someone out. I don't know.
Nope. If she didn't make the cut. She wasn't even picked, but the other girl was that she teamed up on SmackDown. And yes, the team they whooped was Fire and Desire. Your girl, Mandy, and Sonya. Sonya's foot hit Renee Young's face, like I said. She actually took it. She took it like a tough ass woman.
Hey, she took a slap from if she take
John Moxley girl, ladies and gentlemen.
If she could take a slap from Mauricio, she could take that.
She could take a swinging freaking windmill kick, apparently. And I gotta love this. Making her return, the blue-haired, badass woman, Mia Yim, comes in swinging with a fucking... Maya?
Yeah.
I thought it was Mia Yim. It's Mia.
No, Maya is spelled different, bro.
Yeah. Mia Yim! It's Mia! That's what they were screaming.
You know, it's really good. She'll tell you her name
is
Maya.
It's Mia Yim coming in with a kendo stick whooping everybody's ass, including the two flunkies and the freaking guy who says, Mama Mia! Is freaking going, oh wow! Oh! And ultimately, Mia Yim is the 4th pick for the babyface women's first ever War Games team of Rhea Ripley's.
I'm sorry to say it. I'm going to say it anyway.
Rhea
Ripley looks like a man.
I wouldn't argue with that. Yeah. She's a badass tall woman.
No, I said like a man trapping him, like a man, like a transgender man. That's what I'm thinking.
We would have an 205 cruiserweight match between Angel Garza and Tony Nese to earn an opportunity at the NXT Cruiserweight Champion. Finally, I thought we had one already. It would be Angel Garza who defeats Tony Nese. The wing clipper is his finishing move, and ultimately is greeted on stage with the NXT Cruiserweight Champion, Lio Rush. He extends his hand and is looking forward to this match, and Angel Garza extends his hand, but then slaps the face out of Lio Rush, and he just takes and he goes, okay. So next week, we're going to have that match on NXT. Look forward to that next Wednesday, people.
If you're interested in that.
Yep. Dominic Dozovic goes against Isaiah Swerve Scott. Isaiah. Oh, sorry. Isaiah. I thought it was Isaiah. Isaiah Swerve Scott gets the freaking torture rack, swing over, go to sleep style. He calls feast your eyes and is put to sleep in general.
He looks like kind of like the next Rich Swann.
Event. See right there. It says my maximum film. I'm gonna have to combine both of them. Mm-hmm. I'll do that later. In which case, we would have Tommaso Ciampa, Keith Lee, and Matt Riddles versus the OC, ended in a no contest. And this is why this match was so good, bro. But then, unexpectedly, Finn Balor shows up. And it looks like he's helping AJ Styles and the OCs, and he does this. And you see Finn Balor doing this, and it's like, and you hear the commentator, Mamma Mia! I'm trying to remember that guy's name. Mikey, help me out. In which case, he says, oh, the days in the rising sun in Japan. It's like, he knows it's the Bullet Club.
You know, that's like between the two, mm-hmm. That's like a Bullet Club salute.
But in the end, it would be AJ Styles, who looks like he was going for the Styles class on Tommaso Ciampa. Oh, actually, it's Matt Riddles. Matt Riddles was wrecking that damn match.
I hate Matt Riddles.
Oh, Matt Riddles, I love this guy. He's freaking wrecking them. He suplexes everybody.
And you know why I hate him?
Oh, because he talks smack about Goldberg.
Yeah, Goldberg.
Goldberg. Yeah, well, we still want to see that match. Goldberg's still part-time contract.
Yeah, Goldberg would kill that dude.
I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it. Let them fight. But that's in later time. Right now we got War Games and Survivor Series. So, which case, going for the Styles Clash on Matt Riddles is interrupted by none other than another former member of the Bullet Club on the Ring of Honor brand, Adam Cole. And we would think that Finn Balor is just looking at him like, why'd you do that to my bro? All he does is smile. So, what the hell? Is he friends with AJ Styles or friends with Adam Cole? What the?
Oh, you talking about Finn
Balor? Yeah!
If you notice that,
he just walks away.
Here's what it is. He likes you, but I mean, he don't have to be friends with you. He beats with anyone that he sees that sees in front of him.
Ultimately, his past is his future. But those two guys, AJ Styles and Adam Cole, are his past. So,
like some heels say, I'm not here to make friends. I'm just here to whoop ass.
Yeah, you could say it.
Yeah, and make money.
So that was the end of NXT. And I'm looking forward to tonight on SmackDown, but I gotta go to bed. I gotta go to an anime convention early, so I'll be watching it later, or I'll just download it and watch it on my way over there to Galveston, which is where it's being held on the ocean shore. I'm not kidding. Literally, the hotel freaking thing is right next to the ocean, so I'll be doing that. Any last words, my brother? Raw, NXT,
I
or
want to say
anything?
NXT. Just so y'all know, the viewership, NXT lost to AEW in the ratings.
Again.
For the 5th time.
Yeah, we're going to cover AEW next Monday. And if I don't have enough store space, we're going to cover NXT as well next week. We'll see if we can cover that or not. I'm thinking we'll cover 2 episodes of Impact as well as Friday Night SmackDown and 205 Live. I was about to say SmackDown Live again.
I can't. He likes Impact Wrestling. I can't get into it more because it ain't what it used to be.
Oh, it was good. This episode was good. This last week. This last Tuesday was good.
I just think the belts are ugly now.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of belts, before we leave off, it was actually shown by our bud here. It was actually a belt that looked like my best. It looked like a combination of the skin or suit of Leatherface and the stuff from Jeepers Creepers, the trilogy films jacket, melded onto the belt. So it was like it was supposed to be told goldish, but it was more tacky color. It was like a golden brown, light brown meets light brown. And on where it would have the WWE, you saw crows. And on the side of the belts, he said, follow the buzzards. And it looked like it was written in skin. There you go. Give me that. Can I put it sideways? Yes, I can. Ooh, look at that. Screenshot that, boy. And that was denied. We're not getting that belt. Why? People love these kind of belts. When the Stone Cold title, the Hardcore title, the freaking, what do you call it? The Matt Hardy title, Jeff Hardy title. Oh,
Hardcore title didn't have a cut.
I thought it was Mick Foley's version.
Okay. No.
NCWO title.
NWO title.
They just spray painted that shit. Yeah. That was the shit. When they do that kind of stuff.
Hardcore title was like...
That would have been the shit. That would have been something people would have bought on the shelves, online, at WWE.com. You know it. You know they would have. Damn, they didn't keep it, man.
The hardcore title was like everybody was...
Screenshot that son of a bitch and send it my way. I want to keep that photo. That's a damn good looking title.
The hardcore title was everyone's type of belt. Everybody's wanting that type of belt.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just like there. They just added. It was the original WWE Championship belt that Shawn Michaels held, but they decided just to redecorate it.
Yeah. Ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, that will be the end of the show. In which case, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You didn't, give it a thumbs down. Hit that subscribe button right there if you like the content. Hit that notification bell for the next Heaven Monsters podcast. I'm SergDragon. This is T-Money. Peace out.
Bye.